Marriage and family are hard. In the speech contest, Paulina gave a speech about being a young mother. How she's tearing her hair out. She can't be on top of anything. Vera is trying the same thing. And these are the two superwomen in our club. They can do anything, distinguished Toastmasters. It was hard for them. How is it for everybody else? Because most women don't have their abilities. And yet, you look back, your grandmothers, your great-grandmothers, all seem to manage it. Why can't we? What's changed? It's worth a look at evolutionary history. Mommy chimpanzees were totally independent. They managed it on their own. They made love with whom they wanted among the chimpanzees. They had their babies. They raised them by themselves, totally independently. It succeeded. Chimpanzees never numbered more than a couple of million, but they did okay. We humans change things. Instead of independence, like the chimpanzees, we have interdependence. From an evolutionary standpoint, it worked much better. We developed speech so we could cooperate, we could coordinate, and human mothers took advantage of this. They asked for help from their husbands, but also from their mothers and grandmothers and aunts and sisters and unmarried children. Everybody turned out to help mom raise the kids, and it worked. We became very successful. And women became very good at asking for help. They became good at charming their husbands and wheedling and nagging and pleasing and complaining and one thing and another. Whatever it took to get the resources they needed to raise children. And you know what? The women who were best at all these verbal devices wound up having the most successful children. And the husbands who listened, paid attention, and kind of gave in, gave them what they wanted, were the most successful. So the women who learned to ask and the men who learned to respond were the ones who passed on their DNA. We became the most successful mammal species in all creation. But along the way, our brains got big, and they got so big, we overthought things. Starting with the Enlightenment and the Industrial Revolution, we started to say that men and women are more or less the same. And why should women be different? So we gave women the right to own property, the right to vote, the right to work. And our male inventiveness gave them labor-saving devices at home, cars to drive to work, policemen on the corner, beautiful apartments in high-rise buildings where they could live. So they were free. They had the ability to go to work alongside men. And they started to say, we want to be the same as men. We are the same as men. We think like men. And in second generation feminism, when I was a young man, they said, we want the right to sexual freedom, to make love to whom we want. We want the right to work, to earn our own keep. Well, we men, always without a clue, said, let's see, you want to make love when you want to make love, and you want to be responsible for your own upkeep so we don't have to support you? The chimpanzee plan! We love it! And we went along with it. And it didn't really work out quite the way they planned. And after a decade of sexual freedom, women said, but the men are taking advantage of us, which was true. And the women said, we're not succeeding as chief executives the way the men do. That's true, they weren't. They're saying this life in the cubicle is not totally satisfying, which is also true. But they went ahead and they said, the workplace is not the way we want it. We don't like men scratching their butts. We don't like men telling dirty jokes. We don't like men going off together to lunches. So they changed the workplace, and pretty soon the workplace became a place the men didn't feel very comfortable. Relations between the sexes changed. The women were saying, I'll sleep with a guy, but if I don't like him in the morning, he raped me. And the men said, he didn't do that, but we were accused. And relations between the sexes became more strained. So pretty much, and along the way, women said, homosexuality is okay. So if women loved women, that was okay. Got men out of the picture, those dirty, nasty, toxic masculinity men. And the men said, women are such a bother. Let's get together with other guys. So the men went their way. And our numbers plunged as we stopped having babies. And that's kind of where things are today. And people are coming to realize it's not working because births are collapsing throughout the entire developed world. What do we do about it? I would propose that we go back to a three-step plan. Number one, recognize motherhood as a difficult job, something that women need to do, only women can do it, and they need to be respected. So a woman should not be working in a cubicle all the time. She has a very valuable role to play in motherhood and bringing up the next generation. So let's, men, women, everybody, appreciate mom. Well, no more than appreciate her, let's help her. Because mom is living all alone in this cube up in the sky, this apartment, and grandma's here and aunts are over there. No, let's get together, let's put the family back together so that a young woman gets what she always had historically, which is help from the other women in the family, from the children, and from her husband. And my last plea would be to the husbands. This is the plea that Alexei made in his speech contest speech. We men need to be real men. We need to not only help our wives, but we need to set an example for our children. So our children grow up knowing what a man is. A man is somebody who appreciates his wife. A man is somebody who helps his wife. A man is somebody who solves problems and supports the family. So our sons grow up seeing what a man is, and our daughters grow up appreciating having a man around, seeing what we're good for, and looking for a man of their own. And if this works, if we are successful in raising the next generation of men to be men and women to be women, we might reverse the population decline and get back on track and continue to evolve for a few generations. Madam Toastmaster.